I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh my gosh, it's Dinesh D'Souza and his wife are producing it. They're not the producers, they're the executive producers. They didn't write it, they didn't direct it, they didn't produce it, they weren't on set. They gave the money to the movie because the movie needed money, and it's not like Hollywood was going to make this movie. Infidel is directed by Cyrus Norahesh, who also directed Young Messiah and The Stoning of Soraya M. He is an Iranian-American director. He also directed the two-part miniseries Path to 9/11. The story is about Doug Wilson, who's played by Jim Caviezel, who is a Christian blogger who often does a lot of talks and tours just talking about the Christian faith, and he is invited to Egypt to speak about faith. But he has to be very careful because the laws in Egypt, as well as Iran and a lot of other places, are not friendly to anything other than whatever that government-sponsored religion is. And for the Middle East, it is Islam. So if you are preaching or seem to be preaching or just talking about your faith, then and any of the beliefs in your faith that might be different from their beliefs, you can get arrested, and in places like Iran you can actually be put to death. And this movie showcases this one storyline that represents many storylines that have happened to Christians over there, as well as non-Christians. Anyone, whether you're Buddhist or anything outside of the Islamic faith, just like if you're living in India and they feel like you're proselytizing, which is up to their discretion of what that means. Again, you can be put in prison, you can be put to death. A lot of other countries make it so you're basically a second-class citizen, and your other rights are taken away from you. You're not able to work in certain places. You're not able to get maybe loans. You're not able to bank certain places. There's a lot of that going on in other countries. A cynical person watching this is going to be like, oh gosh, another Christian persecution movie. Oh, cry me a river. Because you're seeing it from the lens of Western culture, specifically U.S. culture and U.S. law, which allows any religion to exist. Freedom of religion here. Most other countries do not have that. We take that for granted. They take the inspiration from cases involved with Iran and what that's like and what it is like to be a Christian in Iran. And it talks about the underground Christian movement. It hits on honor killings. There's a lot of things that it hits on here that it's typically shied away from in Western movies. In terms of entertainment value, I was on the edge of my seat the entire time. It was a very powerful opener, very powerful, that just kind of was like, get ready. Excellent acting by all the actors involved. Everyone was very good in this. This British actor that I really like, he was excellent as kind of the antagonist kind of that you saw. They also did a really good job about humanizing all of the characters. You saw, even with the bad guys in the story, you saw the conflict. You saw their inner conflict. You saw their moments of humanity and their moments of being conflicted with what they're supposed to do, with what they want to do. We are human, and there are going to be those conflicts within us, and it's about, what do we do with that conflicting feelings? Do we do it anyway, or do we go against it? And I thought they did a really good job of not demonizing an entire group of people, not demonizing the characters and making them like good versus evil. It was basically just this country's laws and what it's like for people of any faith, specifically in this Christian faith, to live in that country, and what it's like if you go there and you are of that faith, and the kind of risk that you're taking and what could happen to you and what has happened to many, many people from across all countries who've been caught there for proselytizing. Some of the camera work was a little bit shaky, very documentary-like. Some people are going to like it, some people are not. At times in small rooms it was a little nauseating, but in major scenes and stuff like that where a lot of action is going on, I thought it helped. There were a few moments where I felt like maybe some of the sound editing, some of the Foley wasn't like as tight as it could have been. This movie was an independent film. They filmed this very quickly. They do talk about coronavirus in this, And another thing they did well was they really did a good job with character development. A lot of times in these kind of action, thriller, political kinds of movies that they don't have time to develop the characters, and they definitely had time to do that. So I felt like I knew all of the characters, and that was strong. All in all, this movie was good production value, good acting, really important story that needs to be told. This is the kind of Christian cinema that should be made. My rating for this movie is... Okay, thanks you guys so much for tuning into my channel. I hope to have you as a subscriber. Please like and share this and press that notification bell so you don't miss an upload. I also upload things from my career as an actress and a singer, as well as when other people have things that I'm in, like commercials and things like that, I add them to playlists on here. So if you click the all on that notification bell, that way you'll be able to see when I add to playlists as well, so you don't miss any of that either. I really appreciate all of you. I've gotten some new subscribers lately, so thank you so much. And let me know below, what is your favorite Christian movie? Pop that in the comments below. Okay, bye guys. I'll see you next week at the movie.